Om. 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 Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Devo Maheshwaraha, Guru Sakshat Parabrahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम् श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादशङ्करं लोकशङ्करम् हरिः ओम् श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः हरिः ओम्. My humble pranams to all Atma Jyotis, divine light of the self. I welcome all of you to today's session of Yoga Vashishta. I am not a Pandita, I am not a Jnani, I am not a Guru. I am a seeker, I am a sadhaka. I conduct this study hour as a means for my learning. I am reading few books on Yoga Vasishta and making some notes. I am reading from a book, Yoga Vasishta, published by Sri Ramakrishna Matam. If there are any mistakes in my whatever I am saying, mistakes are mine. It is not there in the original work. Please forgive me for my mistakes. We are studying Yoga Vasishta, which is we are studying Utpatti Prakaran. Utpatti Prakaran. We completed about 10 chapters in Utpatti Prakaran. We are going to study chapter number 11 in Utpatti Prakaran. In this chapter, Sage Vashishta is going to explain about Jivan Mukti and Videha Mukti. The characteristics of a Jivan Mukta and characteristics of a Videha Mukta. What is Jivan Mukta? Is going to explain. In short, Jivan Mukta is a person who is liberated while alive. Liberation is not after death. Liberation is now, here and now. That is called a Jivan Mukta. Is it possible for a person to lead the life in a peaceful manner, no matter what happens in the world? Can I be peaceful? Is the question. If a person can answer that question, yes, I can be peaceful, then that person is a Jivan Mukta. What are the characteristics of such a Jivan Mukta? Sage Vashishta is going to explain. And when the body falls, such a person will attain Videha Mukti. That is, after body falls, what happens to such a person? Both these characteristics he is going to explain. So, Sri Vashishta Maharshi is saying, Some people who are highly evolved, they keep their focus, their center of life as Parabrahma, Supreme Being. They talk about Brahman amongst themselves. They discuss and make it more clearer for them. And their viewpoint is that of a jnana drishti, eye of wisdom. And they are very peaceful and happy and blissful like that. Such Brahma Jnana Nishta, such people who are established in the Brahma Jnana, they become Jivan Muktas, liberated while alive. And when their body falls, they become Videha Mukta. After the body, they'll become liberated also. And Sri Rama is asking, O Brahmajna, please tell me the characteristics of a Jivan Mukta and the characteristics of Videha Mukta, so that we can also practice to be like that. So, Vashishta Maharshi is saying, a person will be following the Shastra, scriptures. What scriptures? Vedanta scriptures. There are so many scriptures. We have to take that the person is following the Vedanta, meaning the truth told in the Upanishads. Following the Shastra Vidhi, what is told in the Shastra, following the Vedanta, and taking the world as shunya, empty in itself. That means not attracted to the worldly pleasures, considering the world as temporary, ephemeral, and mithya, illusion. That means one who is not engaged in the world, not in the sense, engaged in the world means there are two types of engagements. One is immersed in the sensual pleasures. Another is a person who knows that the world is a mithya, illusion, but still engages in action for the loka kalyana, for the welfare of the world, so that the suffering people can get a succor. Such a person, even though he performs many actions, is as good as not acting anything, because he is not doing it for selfish reasons. Such a person is called Jivan Mukta. So, such a Jivan Mukta will be performing whatever is necessary for that moment. See, while we are alive, when we are in the waking state, so many things come. Whatever is required at that moment, perform them properly. Such a person who is not attracted to sensual pleasures, only doing what is necessary, is considered as sleeping in the waking state. Even though he is awake in the waking state, He is considered as a sleeping person. Why? Because he is sleeping to the sensual pleasures of the world. And he is not distracted by the worldly pleasures. Such a person is called Jivanmukta. If there is a pleasure, this person is not overly joyful. And if there is a unfavorable situation, this person is not depressed. No matter what the circumstance is, this person is always blissful and peaceful. He or she treats every event, every circumstance, every situation equally, equanimously. Whatever is required to be done in the present moment, this Jnani, Viveka Jnani, Jivan Mukta will be performing as per the situation, as appropriate as per the situation. Even though he is awake physically, he appears as in deep sleep because he is asleep to the world, what world has to offer. He is not interested in the worldly pleasures. He is as good as in shushupti, deep sleep. Therefore, people may think this person is in deep sleep. But in fact, this person's avidya, ignorance, is gone. What is the ignorance? I am the body, I am the mind, I am the intellect, I am the doer, I am the enjoyer, I am the knower. This is the ignorance. Confusion between who I am and between that and body. Thinking that I am the body is ignorance. This person removed has got his ignorance removed. Therefore, ignorance is considered as deep sleep. Even though a person is awake, if he thinks that I am the body, is as good as sleeping, deep sleep. Therefore, this Jivan Mukta does not have ignorance. Therefore, we have to consider him supremely awake. He is an awakened one. Towards the body and sensory organs, this person will not have a feeling. This body is me. This body belongs to me. This body is me. These pleasures are mine. He will not have thoughts like that. Therefore, whatever happens in the world, this person is unperturbed. He is not agitated because of any event or situation. This person's in the waking state, there are no vasanas for this person. All his vasanas are eliminated. Therefore, there is no dream state also for this person. See, if wind is blowing very fast, then the trees will sway. But the mountain on which these trees are there does not sway. Similarly, the external body, mind, and senses, they sway along with what is happening in the world, but the Sakshi Chaitanya in this person does not sway. It stays as unchanging I in this person. I am not a doer. I am Sakshi Chaitanya. I am witness consciousness. This person knows. I am not born. I do not die. I am not doing anything. I am just a witness. I am witness consciousness. This is the thought process. This is not thought process, this is the truth. Everyone is witness only, witness consciousness only. Sakshi Chaitanya. This person has no ahankara and mamakara, no kartrutva also. Ahankara, mamakara means I, me, mine. I am this, these persons belong to me, this is my family, this is my properties. This kind of thoughts will not be there. He will have universal feelings like everybody belongs to me, everything is self, the self is same in everyone. These kind of thoughts will be there. He will not, he or she will not have doership. Whether this person does karma or does not do karma, this person is untouched by doership, feeling of I am doing. And this person knows, realizes that this world is rising and setting in my awareness. Even though this person is performing actions, is as good as this person is not performing any actions. Even though this person is seeing through the eyes, Sakshi Chaitanya is not doing anything. This person does not cause anxiety to anyone, nor doesn't get anxious by anything. Elation, depression, fear, anger does not touch this person. For a Jivan Mukta, is not at all interested in the Jagat, the world. If there is no interest, asakti, there is no bandha. Even though there is a mind, he is with no mind, always peaceful and blissful. He or she will be seeing the same self in everyone. So this is about Jivan Mukta. What about Videha Mukta? So such a Jivan Mukta, after the body falls, attains Videha Mukti. Just like the wind after a storm will become Nischala, without movement. Similarly, the person, Jivan Mukta, leaves out the body and merges in the Brahman. There is no birth again for this Videha Mukta. There is no death again. He is neither manifest nor unmanifest, neither near nor far. There is no sense of ego, I and others. He becomes Sarvatma, self of all. He is the sun which gives the energy. He is the Chaturmukha Brahma who creates the world. He is the Vishnu who protects the world. He is the Shiva who destroys the world. He becomes the sky, space in which wind blows. He becomes the earth. He becomes the trees giving delicious fruits. As the water, he will be quenching the thirst of all. As the fire, he will be giving energy to all. Such a Mukta Purusha, liberated person, becomes all directions. He becomes empty as space. He becomes mountain and occupies space. He is the consciousness of all beings. He becomes the ocean. Whatever is there in past, present, and future, he becomes that. Whatever is there is that. Videha Mukta only, he becomes everything. And Sri Rama says, O Maharshi, getting equanimous vision is very difficult. It's very difficult to be equanimous. Therefore, whatever you explained about the Videha Mukti is difficult to attain. Look at this chitta, mind. It is very fickle, keeps on moving. How can we contain the mind? Please tell me a correct upaya to control the mind. Then Sri Vashishta Maharshi says, O Rama, if you want to control the mind, you have to understand what is the mind. You have to understand what is your mind. In the coming chapters, we are going to discuss in detail about mind. If you want to win over an enemy, you have to understand the capabilities of the enemy. However, you don't have to worry about the mind. As we continue our vicharana, the mind becomes peaceful and it becomes no mind. Then you will understand your Mukta Swarupa, liberated being. What we are calling as Mukti is Brahman, that is Nirvana. every being has a right to that mukti. It is not that one person only has the right. Everybody has the right. To reach your home, who can stop you? What is the upaya, technique to find, to be self? I'll tell you. This entire world, including this body, mind, intellect, and me, I, me, mine, including myself, everything is mithya, like a son of a barren woman. This attitude will take you towards Brahman. With this chapter ends. Chapter 11 ends. Hari Om Tat Sat. Shri Krishna Arpanamastu.